So it looks like I got everything set up to be live in this group. So thank you so much for joining me and for being here with me and for welcoming me here. So, hello, I am Colleen Fletcher. And yeah, I'm just kind of making sure since I haven't done live in this group before, I'm just kind of double checking to make sure I got everything. So it looks like I do. Um, so as I said, hello, yes, I am Colleen Fletcher. And I really just wanted to start today with being an introduction into me and into my business. And my business is, well, I'm going to kind of back up a little bit. I was one of those people that years ago listened to what all of the experts said when I really should have fought it harder and tried not to. What I didn't want to do was niche down. And so I have finally gotten away from all of that because my niche is your body, mind, and spirit. That's what I do. That's where I go with this. So that's kind of, I'm going to talk about how I weave all of that together for you. Nothing against niching down and all that stuff. It just didn't work for me at all. So what do I use as my business name now? I go by my name, Colleen Fletcher, and I'm all about holistic beauty. So that's really how you're going to find me and how you'll see me listed is Colleen Fletcher Holistic Beauty, because I'm the one that pieces all of that stuff together, right? So it makes sense to me anyway. And that's what I really wanted to share with you today was a little bit of that and how I do that. So the very first part is I wanted to let you know I have been in business for over 30 years now. Holy moly. Not too much over it, but a little bit like 30 and a half years maybe. Wow, that's pretty awesome. Um, what do I kind of call myself? I explained a little bit about that already, but I'm kind of witchy, I'm kind of hippie, I'm kind of holistic, and basically, I love seeing you smile and seeing you thrive in your life, no matter what that is. Um, and how I see that really is it's to me it's like a triangle of body, mind, and then spirit, right? And if we're only working with the body and not taking care of the others, then our body just gets that aspect of our being overrides everything else. So for me, I see it that it's this constant wave of working with your body, then working with your mind along with that, and then piecing that together. And then, same with the spiritual aspect of things as well. Just having them all flow and, being happy with each other. So, that's my basic outline with this. All right. A quick history of me is I started as a massage therapist. And I should say, too, oh my gosh, yeah, I'm from America and I live in Idaho now. And for those that, I mean, I know most people need the little bit of geography, so I'm not being mean by explaining this. It's just most people mix it up. Even Americans don't even know where I live. So you've got the Pacific Ocean here, you've got Canada here, you have Washington State, you have Oregon State, and then you have Idaho here. It's the one that looks a little bit like a pan. That's Idaho. So that's where I live. So I started my business in Oregon and then moved over here. So I started as a massage therapist over 30 years ago. And what happened is I started getting rashes on my hands. And so that took me into looking for products that were not going to be hurting my hands. And then that just expanded out into the product aspect for clients as well. So a lot of things, there was not the whole thing of getting things organic then. So it took a bit. It was quite a process for me to get that stuff going. Some of the things I made, some of them I didn't, and then the industry has just really grown from there. So that led into, as I say, the natural and organic skincare aspects. Uh, then I started the process with Reiki and added that into that hands-on aspect as well. A lot of my body work, so the massage part of it is postural rebalancing. So I have that ability to look at how someone walks. So through gait analysis, looking at how someone walks, and then figuring out and seeing which muscles are affected or which groups of muscles are affected that way. And then having that energetic aspect as well. I just developed to be able to watch someone walk as well and take not only the physical part of it, but that energetic imbalance that comes as well. So then that was added into all of it. So postural rebalancing, structural alignment. Um, at this stage, I kind of started to add in things that I had learned just throughout my life. And I used to live in Australia. I used to have the equivalent of a green card over there. Um, so at the time when I lived there, this was before I even started this business, I gained a bunch of knowledge in different breathing techniques that were only there. Um, so I once I started pulling that out of my brain that I was I had a lot of knowledge in that. I tried finding that information back here in the US and I couldn't. So I just pieced everything together, did as much research as possible with that. And now I come to find out that it's starting to hit the US finally, and it's been in Europe and Australia for years and years. And so it's easier for me to gain that information. So that's stuff that I have found as well. So a lot of different breathing techniques pieced together in there with all of my other trainings. And then at that stage, I became a hypnotist as well. So hypnosis is a big part of what I do. And then metaphysics, which to me, all of that kind of goes into with the hypnosis. What your brain thinks, your body follows, that type of thing. So I have that. That's where I got my ability to be a minister as well. So yes, I do perform marriage ceremonies sometimes, and that is just a lot of fun. It really is. And then one of the things that really kind of kicked me into a whole different realm of trainings and in how I can help people to thrive even more is I'm an esthetician. And I'm so sorry, I forgot to double check of what that is called in Australia. A lot of countries call it like aesthetique. So sorry, I'm a skincare specialist. So I have that, and that really tied back in with that natural skincare and really working with, since I was already touching people's skin anyway, really, really doing much more of it, that deep knowledge of not only skin on your face, because I was already touching the skin on the body, of so many different ways to help piece that together. So if there were injuries with the skin and where that was and what was actually going on with people, then helping with that. So that's just another piece of that triangle of body, mind, and spirit, right? Okay, so the final big piece that I have put in there on a professional level anyway is mindfulness meditations. On a personal level, I've been meditating for, I think it's now like 52 years. And I had some pretty classical training in that. It was TM with what I started out with, the transcendental meditations. So I have just this really big, big knowledge base on a personal level. And being that I used to live in Australia, I have that knowledge of what it's like to meditate and to feel the differences of the two hemispheres as well. And there can be a really, really big difference with how those things swirl about. Um, it's like and I know that the toilets don't swirl down the same way ours do. Ours swirl down, yours kind of go like that. And I know it varies in all different countries, but when you're in the northern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere, things do swirl down differently, right? So when you're working with energetics and meditations and connections and how things are thriving within the body, that swirling about can make a difference as well, right? Okay, so those are like most of the major trainings, licenses, certifications that I have. And what do? I piece all of it together for body. So with that body, what we put on our body, skincare, sunscreen is like the biggest one that people can really kind of wrap their head around, because now it has to be that reef safe type of aspect as well, because there are just so many chemicals that were damaging the reefs, right? Well, in my thinking, duh, doesn't that make a little bit of a difference on our body as well? Right? So I really strive to have things available for people that are safe, not only for you, but we'll just take the example of a reef as well, to keep that safe. Um, my whole outlook is not only just for us, but taking care of the world as well, so that we can all thrive. Okay. And how we move our body. So stretching, somatic movement, yoga, anything like that. That's another aspect of taking care of our physical aspect of our body, right? And what works for me might not work for someone else for movement, but there's so much that we can adapt and fine tune and adjust to help keep that body aspect for you in line with what you need with that. So then the mind, our conscious thinking, what we're consciously thinking. And it can go into that subconscious aspect, yes, but I tend to throw that, I keep that a little bit with the spirit aspect as well. Um, it's one of those things that's kind of the same, but yet very different. And it depends on what category you're working with it. Right. So I tend to keep it in that spiritual realm, but it's not, because it is that subconscious aspect of what we're doing. And one of the ways that I really, really look at things like this is affirmations, positive affirmations. Sometimes it just sounds like we're just spewing out a bunch of crap, right? We're just going to tell ourselves that we're just going to be happy. Just be happy. Yes. And no, because we got to internalize that kind of stuff as well. And that's why I take it into that spiritual realm, to really make sure that we're not just spouting this stuff out. No, even that aspect of just spouting things out, if we were to continually spout out that and just that stuff that goes on in our conscious thought or our subconscious thought of, oh gee, I'm pretty stupid, I'm never going to figure that out, well, that's what we're going to get. So why won't, in that positive aspect, those affirmations of the positive side of, oh, I have intelligence, I'm a wonderful person to be around, things like that. Yes, I've seen so much throughout the years of it just rolls off like this, but no change happens. And so to have that spiritual aspect and to really take it from within instead of just the conscious to have that subconscious shift as well, then that makes a really, really big difference. So it's where it can stay what I call shallow. Not that it's shallow, I get it, but on that superficial level, we'll call it superficial, okay? On that superficial level, and then take it into that deeper level so that it changes our whole subconscious aspect as well, which then that is going to come out. And taking that into body, mind, and spirit, then it's going to help boost up this and this part of it to keep that triangle in a far more flowing, balanced way. So we don't always have to think, have our conscious brain thinking, "Oh, I'm worthwhile," when really we need to be getting it deep into our psyche and into our whole body, into that spiritual aspect as well. So that's kind of why, in my outlook with it, and in all the years of working with clients, is to have the two, these two really need to. Uh, yes, they work together, but there's some more things that need to go on to get them to work together better, right? It's hard stuff, and we all know that. It sounds like many people in this group have that outlook anyway, and so it's just a matter of finding what's going to work for that, right? Okay, so yes, I have a lot of different options in how to help people as well. And I never know how much how I can put all this information forth to you. I haven't quite figured all that out yet because I haven't been here that long. So I will get that information figured out. I'm not sure if I can put it in the comments here or anything like that. And it looks like oh yeah, I am. Sorry, I am getting people online, and I am going to, I have a bunch of information of how to find me and that type of thing. So I kind of wanted to go through just a little bit now of examples of how I tie all of this stuff together. And most of the examples that I have, because it's just what so many people ask for when they come in. And I'm going to use these examples with clients that I have worked with on a hands-on, face-to-face in my office space. Now know that I know not everyone is here. I can do this for much of it online as well. I have a lot of clients that I work with online. So I just kind of wanted to say, when I use the verbiage of, like the first example I have is with a sore knee, it doesn't always mean that you have to be with me. I have more experience with the 30 years behind me of working with people that way. So people come in, they have a sore knee, they want it fixed. They want it fixed through massage, right? Okay, so you can do that. And then I take it up that next level and work with the postural rebalancing. So I can manually move muscles to get them into their proper alignment. Now, with that, why not just take the energetic aspect of all of that as well and get that stuff? So those energetic, the meridian lines, anything like that, to get them flowing so that let's say that this is your knee and your muscles have been all wonky like this, right? Well, that's how the energetics, then they go all wonky as well. So once you get the physical aspect with it, then you can get that energetic aspect. And it can go the other way as well. You can get that energetic aspect. And when I work with people on a distance level, that's how I do it. We get the energetics going, and then I guide them in stretching and movement and that somatic work to get that done as well, right? So different exercises, different movements, everything like that, and weave all of that stuff together. Another one that I work with quite a bit with people, which is totally different kind of thing here, but is financial issues. So oftentimes like that can be a past life type of thing. So in my perspective, that's where the hypnosis comes in, and we can go and work with that. And then oftentimes people don't know that most times what happens is that's where a sore back or stomach issues, anything like that, on a physical level, that's where it manifests itself. So go in, hypnosis, work with that. And then if you're local, then I can go in and do hands-on aspect as well. Or if you're not local, then energetics and through stretching, movement, that type of thing. So a couple examples of how I do this, and to me, how we just weave everything in together through body, mind, and spirit for you, the whole aspect of you, which is that's where I get the holistic from, and why I spell it with a W, because you're one whole unit, right? You're different than everyone else. And while there can be similarities, to speak to you and your wholeness needs to be addressed that way, right? Okay, so I hope this is a little bit helpful in who I am, my outlook with holistic, my outlook on the triangle for body, mind, and spirit. You'll start to see more of that stuff come through. Yeah, I have a lot of offerings. My website is a great place to find that information. Excuse me. Um, I'm pretty sure I can list all of this stuff, and I will go through and get all of that stuff out for you as well. But I'll just let you know some of the best places to find me are Insight Timer, which is a worldwide meditation app. It's a free app. I have things listed both free and the paid ones as well. Here on Facebook is a great place, YouTube, and yes, I'm even on TikTok. But I don't even know, is TikTok in Australia? I don't know. I didn't even think about that before. Silly me. Anyway, but the best way to see what I'm up to and to see what I'm doing is through my email community. And I'll get that stuff listed as well, because I have meditations. I have some free meditations as well. One group on Facebook that I've been doing for years. It's a really fun one. It's called You, Me, and the Trees. So find that group. Most things you find me under my name, Colleen Fletcher, or some variation thereof. I try and have current photos of me. I tend not to be one that puts an old photo of me up somewhere. So you can't find me. I want you to be able to find me and know that it's me. So if you have questions, by all means, reach out to me. I'm here. I do check out socials quite a bit. But yeah, check out what I've got going. I hope this helps. Okay. I'm going to sign off because I do have to get to my office and go to work today. I have a client tonight, and I got other stuff I got to get done this evening. So thank you so much for your time. I really look forward to hearing from you. I want to know more about what you're doing in work, and we'll figure it all out. So thank you very much. I look forward to talking with you soon. Bye.